I did the fastest presto changeo I've ever done. I left here at quarter to 6, and I'm back by 5 minutes till. Did it pretty good, huh? 10 minutes. Changed my clothes, put my car away, got back here. Oh, that was pretty good. All right. How come everyone's in the back row again?
I know, we're back row people. It's like law school. We don't have to walk so far.
Yeah. Great. All right. Well, add Estelle to your row there. Maybe you want to move or come up whichever way. Move the books out of her way. I'm gonna go ahead and light this. Anybody want to volunteer to light the candles? Candles? Want to do candles? Yeah. No? Anybody else? Anyone want to do candles? Candles? I'll light it for you. I'm gonna light it. All right, hold on a minute. Everybody up here. All right. Okay. We are gonna light some candles. Estelle, are you good? Do we need to help her?
She said she didn't need help.
Well, I know the book's like right by the.
Oh. Well, it looks like Mindy's going.
So if you're able to, oh look, now we got Minnie back row.
We don't want to do it
By herself? Well, tell the safety patrol to come on in. John's got a handle. Well, Shabbat Shalom. Boy, this is a great minyan today. I love it. Yeah, where all these people show up from? Out of the woodwork and left the door open. I like that. That's very true. You never know. That is very true. Well, we're going to begin this evening with a little lighting of candles, as we always do, and we didn't let you sit down. So Linda didn't sit down, so she got recruited. She was voluntold. So if you're able to rise as we light our candles for Shabbat and welcome in our Sabbath together. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. So we're going to, it's like, what the disparity here? I'm going to make you all sit like next time, 3 rows back, and then I'm going to come like all the way. Well, no, you're good. The problem is that anyone watching from afar, like it ends like right here. So no, I can't. I can't go past here because then they can't see me, but you all are in the back row. No, you're good, right here. But next time, if they're all going to sit behind there, I'm going to make them come up, or we're going to make them go back, and I'm going to come back with them. So we're going to begin as we always do. Thank you for helping to make a minyan today. Always helpful. And we've been a little iffy as the weather and the wind and the summer has come, or the spring has come with the weather, especially. And I know there's lots going on in the community. But we are going to turn to page 5, where you will find Shalom Aleichem, as we welcome in Shabbat together. And we join. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShared, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni LeShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We turn over to page 10. We haven't had the chance to do this one for a few weeks anyway, as we join together in the first couple of verses of Yedid Nefesh, reminding us of the sense of soul, if you will, that Shabbat brings to us. Page 10. Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman B'shach Avdach El Ritzonach Yarutz Avdach Kimo Ayal Yishtachaveh Mul Hadarach Ki Erav Lo Ididutach Minofet Suf Vechol Ta'am Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai dai Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 Yadadai dai 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 dai. Page 11, you'll find the formal beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat. We join together. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, nekadma fana bitoda. Naria, naria, letzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Ki el melech gadol, Adonai mel melech gadol kol Elohim, asher yenu mafrei karetz v'tov. By the arrow on page 12. Arba'im shana kuhut b'dor va'omar am to'e levavheim b'heim lo yadud rachai asher nishbati v'yapi im yevo'un el menuchati. You'll turn over to page 14 by the arrow. We join together. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umilo, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umilo, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umilo, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yiram Hayam Umelo. Let's join together over on page 17. You'll find the Psalm. You'll find Psalm 98 on page 17 in the English. Let's join together as we read. Again, the left side on 17. A psalm. Sing to Adonai a new song, for Adonai has wrought wonders. God's right hand and holy arm have brought deliverance. Adonai declared deliverance as nations looked on. God's righteousness was revealed. God dealt faithfully and kindly with the house of Israel. The very ends of the earth saw our God's saving power. Next page. Call out to Adonai, all the earth. Break out in joyful singing. Sing to Adonai to the music of the lyre. Lyre and voices making music together, with horns and shofar cries. Trumpet the presence of the sovereign Adonai. Let the sea and all that is in it roar. The earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let rivers clap hands while mountains sing in harmony. Greeting Adonai who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'meisharim. If you'll turn to page 20 as we conclude the Psalm 99 by the arrow as we raise our voices up to God. Page 20. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Page 21, you'll find the 29th Psalm that asks us to hear Kol Adonai, the voice of God in the world around us. As is our custom, if you are able to rise, please do as we join together. Page 21. Mizmor leDavid, Avu Adonai, B'nei Elim, Avu Adonai, Kavod Va'os, Avu Adonai, Kevod Shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai Be'adrat Kodesh, Kol Adonai Hamayim, El HaKavod Hirim, Adonai Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai Ba'koach, Kol Adonai Behadar, Kol Adonai Shover Arazim, Vayishaber Adonai et Arzei Halavanon, Vayarkidem Kemo Egel Levanon Vesiryon Kemoven Re'emim, Kol Adonai Chotzef Lavotesh, Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yecholel Ayalot, Vayechesof Yeharot, Uv'echalo Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai Lamalbu yeshav. Vayeshev Adonai melech leolam. Adonai oz le'amo yitain. Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. You are welcome to be seated. Page 23, you will find Lechadodi, our hymn welcoming in Shabbat as our bride or queen into our midst. We will do our first two verses on page 23, move over to 24, right in the middle of the page, the middle verse, and then the last two verses on page 25. And as always, we will follow the custom of the mystics for that last verse as we face the door and open it to welcome in the Sabbath bride or queen into our midst. So, page 23. Lechadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekahabela. Lechadodi likrat kala p'nei Shabbat nekahabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad ushemo echad l'shem utiferet v'litila lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechuven elcha ki mekor haberacha meherosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha Dodi lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Middle of 24. Hi toreri. Kiva orech kumi ori shirda beiri kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. 25. Yaminu semoti frotzi v'et Adonai ta'aritzi al yadish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Lechad dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. We face the door. Bahui v'shalom ateret bala. Gam b'simcha uvetzala toch emunei am segula b'wichala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. You are welcome to be seated. Page 27, you will find the Psalm for Shabbat as we join together. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat tov lehodot laAdonai ולזמר לשמך עליון, לזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, מעשה ידיך נאמן כמעשיך. Over on page 28, you'll find by the arrow as we conclude the psalm together. Tzadika tamar yifrach ke'erez balevanon yiskeh shetulim be'vet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun b'seva deshenim verananim yiyu ki lagid ki ashar Adonai Tzuri, tzuri, velo avlatavo. 29. If you'll read with me the far left side of the page, our interpretive translation of Psalm 93 in the small print. Entwined in worlds and wrapped in your glory you are. So has it been, and so it is, eternally you are. Waves pounding out their song reach up to God from their depths. For the song of the sea, beaten to the sound of the breakers, tells of God within. These are proof enough for the faithful that you are the Lord of time. Eidotecha nemnu me'od lehavedcha na'ava kodesh Adonai leorech yamim. Those reciting Kadisha Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, you'll find it over on page 30. As always, those reciting are welcome to rise and join with me, or remain seated and join with me. Page 30. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye techol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevarach leolam elomei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudisha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You are welcome to be seated for just a moment. So this is one of my favorite parshiot this week. It's actually a combined portion of Acharei Mot and Kedoshim. One of my favorites because it always hits around in May or end of April, beginning of May, around my birthday time, around Mother's Day time. And when I was a kid, it was among the first Torah readings I learned to chant with Torah trope. So I'm enjoying this year teaching my own kids for the first time, really, some of these part of the portion tomorrow morning. If you can get out of your jammies and your, your sleepy garb, if you will, right? All that stuff, your bathrobes. You might want to come to shul, and if you want to come in the bathrobe, fine. We won't say too much. We'll be glad you're here. But we have our children helping us. Our religious school students are helping us to lead the service and reading. Some of them are reading Torah, including 2 of my own, and 3 of yours, actually. 3 of the 4 are reading and helping out to lead the service. So it's always a very fun experience. We did it the last couple of years. Sunday school on Shabbat, if you will. So we're going to have a Torah quiz of sorts. My guess is they will probably beat the adults in trying to answer all the questions, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. So it'll be a normal service, but our kids will be participating. And it's a very meaningful portion for a number of reasons. We are in the heart of what we call the Holiness Code. And the Holiness Code, Kadoshim being the word kadosh, right, from the word holy, contains in this parsha, a plethora, that's the best word I can come up with, a plethora of rules and laws, of things to do and things not to do that help us to reach for a sense of holiness in our lives. And we studied many of this part of the portion, a good chunk of the portion of Kedoshim. We study it on Yom Kippur afternoon. And Acharei Mot, we study in the morning when we talk about the priests and making expiation for the sins that have been done by the community, perfect for doing tshuva, for helping to turn into a different direction on the morning. And in the afternoon, we read actually the Holiness Code, which gives us several different concepts, including the most famous one, which is V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha, which is V'ahavta, love your neighbor as yourself. We all know that one, and we'll talk a little bit more tomorrow about it because we'll be reading in its context. But I want to pull something from a little bit different because in the Holiness Code, it touches all facets of life on how to be holy, on how to bring about love and holiness into the world. And one of the ways we do is certainly how we engage in the value of guarding the earth. So there's a wonderful teaching, and if you're here tomorrow, don't shout it out because it's one of my questions. So don't just hold your mouth, right, when you say, well, I know what the answer is. There's a wonderful teaching at one of the ends of the Aliyah that talks about when we go into the land and we plant trees, that when can we harvest them, right? And it tells us we can't eat them in the 3rd year. We consecrate them to God. We offer them up in the 4th year, and then we can basically enjoy them and eat them in the 5th year. So again, I'll ask the question. If you're not here tomorrow, you'll know, and if you are here tomorrow, right? Why 3rd, 4th, and 5th? Why don't we eat them in the 3rd year? You plant a tree, you plant an orange tree, apple tree. What do we plant around here? An apple tree. Let's plant an apple tree here. Right. Exactly. So we're letting the tree mature. So you plant a tree. Now you may get little fruit, but he's exactly right. If you've ever tried it, what does it taste like? Hasn't really grown the way it needs to grow, and it doesn't really taste very good, and you really can't use it. I remember, I've told this story before, in Chattanooga, my dad planted a pear tree in the backyard, and within the year, that first year, it was mature enough, and it had little baby pears on it. But we couldn't do a thing with it, and they were so hard they never ripened, and we tried to cut them open with a sledgehammer, basically, and never figured out how the squirrels are amazing. They can do nuts, they can do hard fruit, of course, but we could never get any we couldn't do anything with it. Curious what it tastes like, you couldn't even try. 2nd year, they were getting bigger, we left them alone. By the 3rd year, wait a minute, okay, now we can see, and even the animals are eating it. 4th year, and by the 5th year, we could enjoy some pears. It was really interesting. Follows the message of the Torah specifically. Now, why would you give it to God in the 4th year and not the 3rd year? That's exactly right. They're tastier, right? If you don't want to eat them, why would you consecrate them and give them to God? You're going to give your choice fruits to God, not the stuff that you don't want to eat either, right? Makes sense. So the Torah is logical and practical. But it also teaches us again about guarding the earth, because as Harold suggested, if we were to try to keep harvesting something that isn't mature enough, and what's going to happen to that tree eventually? It will weaken and it won't really give us anything for the future. So it's an activity for the future, for thinking, but it's also an activity that fulfills the mitzvah of Shomrei Adamah, which is guarding the land, guarding the earth. So this is a very short story that teaches us about that, and I think it speaks well to the Torah reading. Again, not a lot about harvesting in this Torah reading, but this little piece of text is there amongst so many other pieces of text on how we treat one another, also about how we treat the land. So 2 farmers were arguing over who owned a piece of land. One farmer produced a deed that clearly showed he was the owner, and the other farmer produced an equally legal deed. Now, how could they decide? Well, the farmers agreed. What do you think they're going to do? How to settle the dispute? Where else do all good people in old stories? Thank you. They'd go to the rabbi to settle the dispute. Today, I would send them downtown and let's see, to a lawyer. But today, back then, they would go to the rabbi. So the 2 men went to the rabbi and they shared their arguments and they looked at the land deeds with the rabbi. And, he's looking, trying to check it all out. And in order to make a wise decision, the rabbi wanted to see the land in question. Makes sense, right? So, in a day when you can't just show him a picture. So they went and they took a trek to the land. And when he got there, he walked over the land, smelled the land. He even ate of the land's fruit, but he still couldn't reach a decision. So finally, the rabbi bent down and whispered something to the ground. He put an ear to the ground. He said, "Aha!" And he slowly stood up. And seeing the farmer's confusion, the rabbi said, "I did not know how to decide who owns the land, so you know what I did? I asked the land, 'To whom do you belong?' And the land answered me, 'I belong to neither, for they belong to me.'" Yeah, pretty cool. So the idea, of course, is that we have an obligation to protect the land. And when we see these teachings in the Torah, especially as we talk about Kedoshim, about how do we become holy people, well, we become holy people not just by taking whatever it is we want, but by recognizing that our responsibility is not only the people around us, certainly to God, but also don't forget the land that is sitting here and that depends on us. And really, we don't own the land. The land really, in essence, is the story, really belongs, we belong to the land. And so think about our obligation to the land. It's gardening season. I'm trying to save my poor rose bush that has kind of done this, even though it's full with roses. You did a wonderful program on Sunday of planting, and how do we do that? All of that really speaks to the message of the Torah reading this week, which is Shomrei Adamah. How do we guard, how do we protect the land, even as we protect our own needs? And again, all of the things we do can be seen in the guidelines of Kedoshim, of elevating, of doing things that are kadosh, of doing things that are holy. So keep it in mind. And as you're driving around, watching the thunderstorms or seeing your tree fall over, but anyway, as you enjoy what's the fruits of the spring, and if you do anybody have a fruit tree in their yard that they use? Yeah. So if you enjoy the fruit of your yard or of a neighbor, or when you go to the grocery store and buy something that is maybe local, even if it's from a garden, think about it, because it certainly is something that our Torah speaks about. Torah touches all aspects of our lives, and we'll see that as we read the text tomorrow morning as well. So keep it in mind, page 39a, you will find the formal beginning of our evening service, and appropriately to the lesson we just discussed, the first blessing of the evening service, both on Shabbat and on every day of the week, has the theme of creation and the value of creation for us, and the appreciation we should have for the cycles of nature. So keep that in mind as we rise and turn to, again, 39a, and we join together. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'Yisrael Mariah. Umavir yom umehevi laila umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Hama'ari Baravim. Page 40, we join together. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amachavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochvenu u'v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu u'bahem negei yomam v'layla yomam v'layla ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantaham levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshoch becha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot bein eitnecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. We read in the English together on 41. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We turn over to page 44, Umalchu Tov Ratzon, leading up to Micha Mocha, our words of celebration as we cross the Red Sea from slavery into freedom. So page 44. Umalchu Tov Ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael echa'anu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru lam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh nohora tehilot osei feleh Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, ze'elianu v'yamru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, u'ge'alo mi'ad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Gal Yisrael. Let's read together our Hashkivenu prayer, our prayer for peace, our prayer for shalom as we end our day and begin a new one together on 45 on the left. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow, and remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. For you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Ushmor tzeitenu uhuvoenu lechayim u'leshalom etav yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Page 46, we rise as we join together in the singing of Vishamru, our paragraph reminding us of our connection to God through the symbol or the sign of Shabbat. We join together. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael etav Shabbat lahasot et ha-Shabbat Ledorotam berito lam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berito lam v'heini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam Oti le'olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berito lam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berito lam uvayom hashvi shavat vayinafash Shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafash, v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berito lam. We remain standing for Chatzi Kaddish, page 46. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba b'yalma divrach irutei b'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael bagala Uvizman kari v'yimeru amen. Yehishmei Rabba mevorach le'olam olol me'omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei de Kudisha Berichu Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran me'alma v'meru Amen. You'll find the Silent Amidah this evening, page 47 through 52. As always, feel free to use this time for your own personal thoughts. And when you're through, you're welcome to be seated. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. You'll find Kaddish Shalem over on page 54. Yitkadav yitkadashem me rabba mi'almad yivrach yidutev yamlich malchutev v'chay yechanof v'mechan uv'chay yeruchal be'Yisrael ba'agala ubizman kari ve'imeru amen. Yehesh me rabba mevorach Le'olam olam me'almaya yitbarach Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitron v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha B'richu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechmata da'amiram b'yama v'imeru Amen. Titzgabal tzoloton uvuton dechol Yisrael kol dam avuhon v'shemaya v'imeru Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim alen v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru Amen. Ohoseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Imru. Amen. Ya'aseh shalom. Ya'aseh shalom. Shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. we turn forward in our Siddur to page 173. 173, there you'll find our Misha Berach for healing, our prayer for healing. And as we recite our prayer this evening, I'll read the names of those I have on the list, and certainly we'll go around. If there's any names to add, we will do that. This evening, we keep in our thoughts Daniel Eliezer ben Tzvi, Shulamit bat Gittel, Yisrael bat Zipporah, Devorat bat Avraham Vasara, Dan Siegel, Daniel Rice, Gittel Glasser, Ari Sanders, Bill Bucks, Lynn Alexander, Marjorie Morstein, Barbara Feingold, Harriet Siegel, Nadine Hyman, Irene Friedman, Gary Kramer, Francis Haber, Caitlin Weathers, Danielle Santini, Julia Bernanke, Teresa Timmons, Suzanne Gott, Joan Klepp, Estelle Rice, Susan Aller, Megan Contigno, Natalie Kogan, Candace Dobro, Bernie Rowe, Esther Wiener, Joanna Levine, Barbara Berger, Joseph Jalbert, and any names we add at this time. Any others? Keep all of them in our thoughts as we turn to 173 again, the far left side of the page, as we join together our prayer for healing. Mi shebeirach avotenu mekor haberacha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mekor haberacha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Refuah shlema to all in need. We don't turn back yet to Aleinu, as we have been doing. We are in the period of counting the Omer, our time from the second night of Passover, bridging the weeks through to Shavuot for our holiday of Torah. So if you'll kindly turn to page 63, and if you're able to, we rise, as we'll do together the English and the bracha together in the Hebrew. And then I will direct you over. I have to find it. It is over on page 67. So if you put your fingers towards the bottom of page 67, you will find two from the bottom under the 12th of Iyar. That's where we're going to go to. We join in the reading on the top of 63 first. I am about to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer, as it is written in the Torah. You shall count from the eve of the second day of Pesach, when an Omer of grain is to be brought as an offering, 7 complete weeks. The day after the 7th week of your counting will make 50 days. The bracha in the Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha-omer. If you'll kindly turn over to page 67, second section, second one from the bottom, under the 12th of Iyar, we join together in the Hebrew and the English. Hayom shiv'ah v'esrim yom, shehem shlosha shavuot v'shisha yamim La Omer. Today marks the 27 days, that's 3 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. And again, the message is, as we count the days, our job as human beings is to make each day of life count as well. To that we say, Amen. And we turn back and remain standing on page 56. Do I have anybody who would like to open the Aron HaKodesh, the Ark, for us? If not, my friend Harold will do so. Page 56. We remain standing. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkeinu kahem v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam v'anachnu kor'im ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים Hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatuv betorato v'yadat hayom v'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim mima'al V'yaharetz mitachat einod al ken nekavel Adonai Elohim v'yitfer tersecha. Ki amalchut shelcha hi ulameatim loch bechavod kakatu betoratecha Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad Ushemo echad. You are welcome to be seated. Thank you both very much. I'm going to hand this to you now because you're my Pima buddy, and then we'll just use that if you want, or I can hold mine in a second. We turn first to page 58, where you'll find Kaddish Tom, our mourner's Kaddish. And as we prepare to recite mourner's Kaddish, we keep in our thoughts those whose yortzites occur today and in the week that is coming. Jack Peterson, Dolly Liebauer, William Grossman, Max Whitman, Stanley Cedrin, Sam Bykoff, Carol Campbell, Diane Albeldas, Leela Diner, Lillian Selby, Barry Rice, Gerald Greenfield, Maurice Morstein, Helen Schneider, Abel Saul, Nathan Blumberg, Max Sander, Rose Deglin, Howard David, Howard Levin, and Abraham Scher. Keep all of them in our thoughts, and certainly Estelle, we're glad that you could be here. Barry was a fixture for Friday night for many years and even helped to lead, and I'm so happy that you could be with the community here as we observe his yortzeit this coming week and as we recite Kaddish in his memory and in all those that we are keeping in our thoughts this evening. So page 58, you'll find Kaddish Tom, our mourner's Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah v'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala ubizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam halomei olmaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal,
Shemei dekudisha b'richu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. You are welcome to be seated. My Bema buddy today is none other than Betsy McCarthy. You can come up if you want, or just do it from there. Yeah, you can do it. We usually from down here anyway. You can just turn it on and hold it. Either way, I can hold it. And I won't put this up.
Should I go? I'll go up.
Either you.
I don't like having my back to anybody.
Oh, well then here, come on up. You can come up front anyway, right here if you want. You don't have to go all the way up. Pleasure.
Okay. All right. Announcements and updates. Join us for our Shabbat morning service tomorrow at 10 a.m. Religious school students will lead and read from the Torah. We will also celebrate Sam Feldman's second bar mitzvah anniversary. Please come and support our religious school students. Next Friday, May 16th at 6, there will be a brief Kabbalat Shabbat service, followed by a potluck dinner. Please bring a veggie or dairy main course or side. Fruit, dessert, and drinks will be provided. May 15th deadline is approaching. To reserve your tickets for the CBI Men's Club Day at Greenville Drive, join your congregation friends for baseball, fun, and food. Sunday, June 8th at 3 p.m. Visit our website to reserve your tickets. And don't forget, CBI office is now closed on Mondays, Tuesday through Friday. New office hours will be 8:30 to 2:30. Save the dates. Join us for our Tikkun Le'il, Tikkun Le'il Shavuot program on Sunday, June 1st at CBI from 6:30 to 9 p.m. Mike Unger will facilitate a discussion from 6:30 to 7:30 titled When You're the Only Jew in the Room. Been there.
Probably all have at some point.
Followed by study sessions from 7:30 to 9, facilitated by Rabbi Cohen and Rabbi Rose. Cheesecake and other dairy treats will be provided. It's an incentive to come.
That's why that's there. Not silly.
The Shavuot Festival morning service will be Monday, June 2nd at 10 a.m. Yisker will be recited. Please come help make a minyan. Mark your calendars. Our annual members meeting is on June 8th. June 8th is a busy day.
Yeah, it is.
At 11 a.m. in the CBI Social Hall, there will be an election of 2 new board members and a reading of annual reports. There will be the whole Megillah class this Sunday at 9:45 a.m. Intermediate Hebrew with Fred Leffert meets on Sundays at 11:10. And Tuesday Torah study class with Fred Leffert meets at 5:30 via Zoom. And should we do that?
I can do them.
Birthdays?
Yeah, you can do them either way.
Okay. We have a birthday tomorrow.
We have had a couple birthdays. You can say that one, and then we'll add to it, actually.
Okay.
We'll have some more to add to it.
We have a Mindy Levy birthday
We
tomorrow.
do. Mindy! Yay! Mindy's my May pal, among many of us who are May pals. Michael Krause gave me a Hershey kiss on Saturday morning. He did do that, so
Okay.
yes. And then we have one other.
And then we have Marco Newman's birthday on the 13th.
All right. Thank
Do
you
I
so
read
much.
the- I don't read the yours.
No, you don't need to do
Okay,
those.
Okay.
We do have our Friday Night Own Egg is being sponsored by
Oh,
Rosa.
Rosa Eisenstadt.
Yeah, so we thank you for that, and the Fedders are celebrating and sponsoring tomorrow our Minute Morning Kiddush, so we thank them for that. So we have some birthdays. Now I'm gonna turn this off because now I'm in stereo. This one's a better one. It says Cantor. Now I know why he's always louder than I am, because it's set louder than me. All right, so we do have a few birthdays. So we have Mindy. Mindy, you're celebrating birthday. You get a little chocolate kiss. Yay, Mindy. What did they send you? You haven't invited me over yet?
I just got it today.
I'm coming.
I mean, they are all hand-painted, gorgeous, whatever.
Wow.
Say, look,
Wow.
they know how to treat me.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Maybe you'll tell my gang how to do that. Actually, they're making dinner for me tonight because last night was a busy day.
But anyway, we have, Ken, you celebrated a birthday the day before.
And guess what?
What?
Happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you. No, they got me. So this one's yours. This one's yours. You get that one. And if you don't want, wait, hold on.
I may want it, but it doesn't want me.
Here you go.
There we are.
Happy birthday. And there's a bunch coming up. So if you think you're not going to be here, I'll get you now. But if you think you're going to be here, I'm going to get you then. Lenore has a birthday the 20th. Am I right? See, memory hasn't gotten me yet. I'm over the mid-50s now. I'm over that, and I still can remember once in a great while something. Am I missing anyone else that I didn't get that's celebrating in the last day or two? Harold hasn't been here in a while. I've been trying to get Harold Ravhan. He was celebrating a birthday a few days ago, and some of our regulars are coming down later on. So with that, here, I'll take one with my birthday buddies. Let's join together in wishing our 3 birthdays a very happy birthday from this past week through another week or so. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, with that, we are going to conclude with a little bit of bim bam and head in the back for some kiddush and motzi. I know there's a Barry Xander challah back there, and there's some other kind of, I don't know what the treats are, but I know there's treats back there as always. If there's somebody you don't recognize, please make sure you say hello. Don't assume they're old or new. Yeah, don't stand around. Thank you. Don't stand around here and talk, because we can't do kiddush till somebody's in there. We'll pour some grape juice and get to say hello to people that you may not have seen for a while. Again, Estelle, we're thrilled you're here, so welcome back. We're glad you could make it for this evening. So with that, we are going to end with a little bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam bim bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, shalom. Hey, Shabbat, shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat, shalom. Hey, Shabbat, shalom. Hey, Shabbat, 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Let's head in the back. You can grab a little cup of grape juice. We can probably find the cough medicine for Jeff. We got to find the cough medicine for you. Your the wine, your favorite wine. I call it cough medicine. And thank you to Betsy for being my BMO buddy today. Appreciate it.